Hey guys, Elmer Henson with Glaucoma Hope. So today is video number 71 of 100 videos in a row, and it is January 30th, 2017, Monday, January 30th, 2017. So we're going to check in sort of, the eyes are doing similar to what they have been the past week or so. So we're going to leave that at that. We're going to check in with how I'm doing with those new drops, and then I'm going to go over the flare-ups. We're going to discuss that because I'm doing really, really well, but the flare-ups haven't completely disappeared, right? We were able to overcome them the last couple times they came around, but they're not completely gone, but I almost thought they were. Okay, so we'll get into that. First, we'll get into the drops and stuff like that. Well, first, let's get into what we're accomplishing here, right? So, we're getting the oils and everything for me and for the collective and all that kind of stuff. But we also have these things, this TheraButter, that's the flagship product from Movida, that TheraButter, and then this the Rolling Relief, with the roller ball and everything like that. They both have THC and CBD and some other stuff in there as well that really helps to take away muscle aches, joint pain, headaches, and things like that. It's really, really cool. And then, so we're really, really proud about those things. And then I think yesterday, I believe it was, yesterday, this is when I got it, was yesterday. So yesterday I showed you guys this stuff right here. And this is like an elixir that an associate has made, and it's like super, super potent. And it's a Rick Simpson oil process that was a really clean version of it, and it has a lot, like about 6,700 milligrams of THC in this little 60 milliliter bottle. Okay. So it's really, really super potent. There's like 3.7 milligrams of THC per drop, right? So like one drop under your tongue, this is meant to be taken sublingually, will make the average person like feel, buzzed pretty good. Me, I could feel a little bit of a change, but I take so much of it, because of my glaucoma, and I take it daily that it's sort of cool for me because it's almost like a micro dose for me, because I could just do like a drop here and there throughout the day, and it's pretty cool. It actually is pretty cool. I like it a lot, and it is potent. They say that when you eat the oil, you can get as little as 10% of the bioavailability that you're gonna actually absorb, because like 80-90% or whatever could be go to waste because of the digestive process and the harsh things that your digestive process puts the oils through. That may or may not be true, because of food has to go through that same thing, and the nutrients in the food have to go through that same harsh process, and somehow they survive or whatever. So I don't know. So only time will tell what's true about all this stuff, because we're actually testing it, right? We're doing case studies and all this kind of stuff, which is exciting. The guy that I'm that's making this for us is we're going to be using this stuff in the case study. We're going to be using the Rick Simpson oils from the makers of the oil that is inside of this stuff too. These guys are another really super pristine. So we're going to sort of like compare and do case studies and all that kind of stuff with tons of people, right? We're going to do continuous case studies, and the new associations that I have are enabling me to do that. But this stuff, I took the first drop I just took one drop, and it actually made me feel a little bit buzzed for a little bit.
and then then I took another one later on, and so on and so forth. So it is active. It's a psychoactive, which and it was done the right way, so it's medically active. We'll just see how my body actually does react to it. I didn't do any oils last night, other than these Rick Simpson oils right here. I didn't do the supercritical CO2 oils that I have. I only have like a gram left of that anyways. Like I said, I'm getting away from that and testing out new oils just to prove the efficacy of them, just to know that they are good. So we know that if we run out of the supercritical CO2 ones, then if the RSO is going to actually work, right? That these guys are actually doing it properly. I mean, Rick Simpson oil done properly works, but that we have to make sure that the guys that are extracting it are actually doing it properly. It seems like they are and all that kind of stuff. They have all the right things, they say all the right things, but you have to test the shit in labs, which we've done already. But we have to test the shit on people. After that, that's what we test them in labs first to make sure that's just clean and it's not going to do any harm, right? And then after that, we ingest it and see what the benefit is, if any, right? And if there is, then we say, okay, you guys keep on doing this. We'll keep on testing it along the way, but you guys know what you're doing. We're going to keep you. You guys don't know what you're doing. You need to refine your process, and resubmit some stuff, if you guys think you can do better. But until then, we can't work with you. So we just, that's how we do things, right? That's how I do things, I should say. Okay, so, really stringent about that. But I'm just really, really super happy about this stuff. I just can't say enough about it. So enough about that, though, okay? So, I just get super excited because we're, like all the case study things just came to fruition, and the oils being available to, not just to be able to, provide to people that want to buy them and stuff like that, but for the case study, like we just got some, that, these guys are going to actually donate some to like say, hey, we want to provide this stuff to people that need it for for medical reasons. We grow and extract the oils and everything for medical purposes, and so they put the formulations together with me for these headache and these balms and all this kind of stuff, and they're really fucking smart, and they help me to do to bring this stuff into life, and it's super badass. But they're all about just like we want to help people. And when I mentioned the case studies to them, I'm like, hey, because I want to pay people for their work and stuff, and they're like, hey, no, we'll fucking donate some shit to you. If we want to prove that this stuff works, like not just like we want to make money too, but we want to prove to the world that this shit works, and it's like they're like, if you want to do that, if you want to take on this stuff, you know how to do case studies, which I do, then let's fucking do that. Let's do that, and let's prove some shit. Let's take on some people. So that's what we're doing, and I'm really happy about that. So I digressed again, man. I can't believe that. So anyways, hopefully you made it this far, and we'll get into the headaches and the debilitating pains that I have at certain times of the year, usually about once a month, right? So I've mentioned that, throughout these videos where, about once a month, it was just a few times a year before, but it was about once a month, and where I would get like just put down basically, like this would start to get inflamed, and I feel achy here,
it would start to crawl up, and there's nothing I could do about it. It would just come on, and I could cross here and down here, and just pulsing, aching, and I mean, it can't see, and just put you out. If you listen to the last video, earlier videos and just descriptions of it, where you can't work, you can't think, you can't, standing up, sitting down, laying down, nothing helps, and taking 2 Excedrin, 4 Excedrin, 6 Excedrin, 8 Excedrin doesn't do shit, and you just finally pass out in the afternoon, evening, and wake up a few hours later, and I'll just sort of it'll be fine, like it'll be all of a sudden like just gone, and where it was there for like fucking 10, 12, 16 hours, or more, and that isn't happening anymore. And I mentioned that, like the last couple of times it didn't come up. It didn't come on fully, and it's been a little bit since that has happened, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, and so I sort of thought it was gone because I'm doing this little headache stuff, like this stuff works so badass. Like I haven't had to take Excedrin one day in over a week, right? And but today I actually did take some just a little bit ago, and it's about midnight right now, about 12:30 a.m. And that's because I was having a flare up today, but I didn't know it. And I was like, oh, I felt a little bit of ache right here, and then I felt like a little bit of stuff right here, and so I put the headache stuff on when I was at work today, at my office, and a little bit ago I was putting some stuff on, the balm on here, my little TheraButter, and I was like, hey, it feels like really tight right here. Then finally it hit me, like I'm having a flare-up, but it's so mild right now that I think it's just like my regular headache. But I was like, hey, is my stuff not working? It's like, no, I'm having a flare-up, but everything's working so good that I'm just not feeling shit. And that's really, really cool. I'm really, really happy about that. I'm super happy. And to be able to even make a video right now and do all that stuff in the midst of what should be a flare up is really exciting. So that's fucking huge. I mean, so they haven't disappeared completely, but the managing of it, like I worked all day, and I didn't even realize it was that's what it was, but that's what it is, because it wasn't allowed to come on so strong. So that's just really cool shit. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening, and it's really awesome. It's it makes these videos almost like seem uneventful because so much good shit's happening, right? And I could see, like those earlier videos, it was like, man, I'm gonna get my eyesight back. I know I'm going to, man. It was like, and I was just like, fuck, I'm doing the right thing. I know there's patience and persistence and blah blah blah, and it's happening. If I look through my bed, I could look all around. I could see myself in color, and it's it's focusing quickly, and I mean it's I have the limited range or whatever, but still, what I could see is clear, and it's beyond what I thought I could be. It's what I hoped I could be, but it's beyond what I actually sort of deep inside thought. And it's really, 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 really cool. Like I can't explain it. I mean, just like 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, when I went blind, and I was getting my vision back, and there was days I was seeing 30%. If there was I was saying that if there was 10 letters, a block with 10 letters, and I looked at them, I would see 3 of those letters, and the other 7 were just white and shimmering, nothing there, right? And I remember standing up and at 2 in the fucking morning one night,
And I was just like, when I got color back, that's when I got color back. I remember because I was blind in that right eye for, over 24 hours. And then I saw some shadows, and I was like, fuck, there's some hope there, right? The glaucoma hope, right? And then, it was shadows, and you could see a little bit better shadows, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know how long later, probably if you look back on the videos, you get an accurate picture, but like maybe it was 36 or 48 hours, I went blind, I could see color. And that's when I started to see like the 10%, 20%, 30%. And I remember when I saw that color, it wasn't even something clear. I just saw colors, not shapes, not anything, just colors. And of blobs that had some faint color on it. And at that point, I was like, man, I can get it back. When I was blind, I was like, fuck, like, oh, I'm still blind. Oh, I'm still blind. Oh, I'm still blind. Oh, joke's over. Oh, no, I'm still blind. I mean, fuck. I mean, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. And just like, fuck, this is my reality now. But I didn't want to, but I didn't do that. I was just like, fuck, okay, let's do this stuff that we know that we should be that should be working, man. And it came back, and I got up when I saw that color, and I was like standing over here, just looking up at the sky, just going, motherfucker, I am gonna get my eyesight back. I'm gonna do everything in my power. I am gonna do everything right. I'm gonna fucking take the oils. I'm gonna do the nutrition. My fucking body is gonna accept all this stuff and give me back my fucking eyesight. I'm gonna see clear again. In both eyes, not just the one. I'm not gonna lose the fucking sight in one and lose it in the other. I'm gonna fucking overcome this and manage it. Just yelling. I mean, I was fucking cussing and yelling and screaming. It's like, I'm gonna get this back, And, I mean, I was so fucking pissed off. And, I was scared. I mean, fucking scared, And I did it, I was patient and persistent. And, I mean, shit, it was fucked up, like just, like, wow, like, man, like little globules of shit, but at least I'm seeing something, for those days, and then coming back, and now it's good, it's good, could it get better? Sure, is it gonna get better? I hope so, is it good enough? Sure, too, fuck, I don't care if it, like I keep on saying, hopefully it'll at least stay where it's at right here, and I'm gonna keep on pushing for it to get better, though, we'll close it at this, and try to keep it coming under 20 minutes here, but I read this thing from one of my little Facebook girls, the yoga girls, that's one of my Facebook friends, and she wrote down something. I think it was actually on Instagram. She wrote down something to the effect of, like, you can't fail if you never quit, right? Or you can't lose. You can't fail. You can't lose if you never give up. Basically, and that's basically me. I will not give up, and like I looked for a way to manage glaucoma for like 17 years or more, and couldn't find anything. And I was like, there has to be something, man. Nobody has anything. And I finally figured that out, right? And that's a lot of patience, to keep on fighting for that. And not just go, okay, I'll take those drops, even though I know they don't work. So, because they keep on saying I should take them, You know, what else am I going to do? It's like, that's sort of stupid. I know nothing else works, so we'll take something that we know doesn't work. Because they say, because the fucking box says that they're for your fucking eyes or some shit, you know? That doesn't make any sense, you know? So, me having the patience and persistence to actually find the RSO, the Rick Simpson oil, and discover the protocol, you know, I'm proud of myself for that. And then losing the eyesight, you know, losing the source, losing the eyesight, gaining the source, getting the eyesight back, and being where I'm at right now, and then having these fucking badass products to bring to market, just to provide to other people, so they don't have to go through what I fucking went through, all that fucking agony and grief and all that shit. You know, I don't want other people to have to go through that. That's why I'm doing this, right? So, you know, and that's why I'm doing these videos too, is so, you know, so others could see the, you know, their like results and stuff, and then I could actually have a, you know, the diary of what actually happened and is happening right now, you know, you know, to be able to develop better protocols, and you know, so it's really super cool, super badass. I mean, I wish, you know, like, that I didn't have to fucking do this shit. You know, if I was born with perfect eyes and I didn't need glasses and I didn't have glaucoma and everything else was the same as it is with, you know, like the, you know, the healthy body and everything, I would have been fine with that, you know. But I have, you know, fucked up vision, and I have, you know, it's not 2020, and I have glaucoma, so I have to deal with that. You know, that's my reality, and you know, I found solutions. Other people are going to benefit from it, right? So, because of the good eyesight, because of the good eyesight that's happening, right? I don't want to like sort of make up certain things and you know, be trying to fight for things to or subjects for these videos, right? So the next few videos, unless some stuff happens that to report, the next few videos I'm going to show like actually maybe demonstrate like how to use this stuff, or how I use some of this stuff, or the purposes or applications that I would use it for, and stuff like that. You know, even the pens with the cannabis oil and stuff like that. Like the one, because we're actually bringing some of these to market too. There's one that I'm gonna that a guy makes that is really, really awesome, that we're just gonna be selling his because he already did a good job. And then there's another one that's more of we're calling it an executive pen. It's a little bit more discreet. You know, it has a cap to it, so it looks like a regular pen. And you know, you could take it. You know, it's like you could have it in your purse. You could have it in your shirt pocket and stuff like that. It looks really classy. It works really well. It has like a little button that warms up where it'll warm up the oil for you to get it to sort of like viscous enough to take a good hit off of, and things like that. And it burns at the low temperature, so it doesn't burn the oil, so it stays really well tasting, good tasting, down to the bottom like this. So that's another exciting thing that we're having too. So just a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to be showing. I'm going to be getting one of those, and we're going to be demonstrating those, because those should be coming in. At least the prototype should be coming in on sometime this week, I think. Right? Today's Monday, so sometime this week, maybe on Wednesday or on Friday, and then because those are ours. Those are Movida pens, and then this pen right here, I already have it. So I'll demonstrate, these two. So, we'll show you, I'll explain, how I use the different products and why I use them, what they could be used for, and things like that. Because they are all part of my protocol. And then we'll start getting into like superfoods and things like that too. I'll show some of them as well and things like that, just to give a little bit of education about the things I do to actually get to these successes and stuff like that. There's actual guidance and protocols that need to be happen, but if not everybody's going to be close to me and things like that that watch these videos, I'm sure. And it could, if I could at least give you some ideas, then that'd be cool, So, anyways, if you have any suggestions or recommendations, or not recommendations, but things that you'd like to know about or find out about, you can always leave questions or comments in the comments sections of these videos. Again, remember to like these things, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, all that kind of good stuff, and just support the cause. Trying to get the word out about the alternative and holistic therapies to manage various diseases, so we can enjoy a life worth living. Okay, so again, Al Marantum with Glaucoma Hope. Thank you, and have a beautiful evening. Peace.